Outside London Stadium, big day with Tim. West Ham 0, Arsenal 1. Still feeling the anger?
I was just thinking, I've watched football for 60 years and I've never seen a referee look at something for so long to desperately find a reason to disallow the goal. He was looking for it. I mean, he gave it, then someone probably had a word in his ear from VAR. He's gone to look, he's took so long to look for it. It's not clear and obvious, but he's found a reason to disallow the goal. I mean, we've seen this season, the standard of refereeing in the Premier League is absolutely abysmal, and it's cost us. And, you know, all right, if it isn't costing us, it'll cost someone else. So we've all got that cross to bear as fans. But these referees need to have a good, long, hard look in the mirror. And he needs to go home tonight and think about what he's done to this club. Because basically, I think that decision, which was a cowardly decision and a wrong decision, has condemned us down to relegation. I don't think we're going to get out anymore. So he has to have a look at himself. He should take responsibility. And Howard Webb should come out tomorrow and say, I'm really sorry to West Ham. We have made a mistake. But he won't. No one will come out and admit to it because you mustn't say anything about referees. But as fans, we can see it. The standard, I mean, I can remember from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the standard of refereeing was so much better. They didn't have VAR. All they had was their own instincts and their own eyes and ears. And they refereed better than what we've got now. We've had God knows how many VAR refs and assistant VAR referees who make deliberate, and I think this one was, a deliberate mistake to disallow a goal, which they've put everything in to try and get. So, you know, I'm not really angry, I'm just think myself, you know, sooner or later, someone's going to come along and say, we need to sort out the referees, because this isn't right. But they won't, because no one can say anything about referees anymore.
No, I think part of the problem, of course, is that referees now are so reliant on VAR that they're too afraid to referee the games the way they used to before, the way they should do. So you're not an angry man, you're doing a good impression of an angry man. I'm trying really hard to suppress it right now. It was a good team performance I wanted from West Ham, and, you know, that team... We deserve something out of that game. We didn't get it, but we did deserve something.
We definitely deserve something out of the game. We should have got a draw, at least. And I think, you know, if we'd have taken the odd chance that came our way, maybe we could have come away with a win. I'm just sort of thinking to myself, even if we had scored 2 goals, would they have disallowed both of them? You know, would they have found a reason? And I can remember years ago when I was playing in a cup match with a referee. This is only at Hackney Marshes. And the referee was the dad of one of the sons in the other team. We scored out 8 goals. He disallowed every single one. And it's like that today. I'm sure he'd have disallowed every single goal. They're determined, you know, that Arsenal win the league. And I think, in a way, they're determined that we go down. Because I think they're a bit worried that if Millwall go up and we stay up, they don't want that. That's not the sort of game they want anymore.
I agree. I mean, it could happen. If it happens in the Championship here, it's going to be certainly one that the police are going to really struggle to manage. 10 years ago, said there's a few people who left the bowl in. It's not been it's not fulfilled the promises that we were given at the time, has it?
The thing now is, it was declared the deal of the century. But now they've changed the rules and governance on finances. This now is going to cost us, because if we took the revenue from food and drink, we could include it in the cost against the players, where was it 85% is allowed for player expenditure. We don't get the food and expenditure. We've got a ground, all right, it goes down to 2.5 million or 2.25 million next year, which we've got to find. But we don't get any of the food or drink. We're going to lose all the tourist fans. We're going to lose big gates. This isn't the deal of the century. It's the utmost stupidity. And I think Brady went when she went because she's seen the writing on the wall and she wants to be able to say, I wasn't there when it all went wrong. She negotiated that deal and she has hamstrung us now with the regulations they're going to be. We're going to lose money because we can't put it and balance it against players' wages. We're going to lose the squad. Let's be honest. Most of that squad will go because we can't afford to keep them. We're 300 million in debt. And if we're not careful, and if Krasinski and Sullivan don't put that in their pocket, we could find ourselves on a points deduction and going into administration. You think of that, £300 million in debt. I think we've got about 100 and something left from the loan we took, the £200 million loan we took, plus we owe 100 million on players. We are in real trouble. And if we go down, what we're gonna do. We're gonna be getting back on the old Tim Breakers, and bless him, I like Tim Breaker. That sort of player coming in, not quality, just good journeyman players who might keep us in the Championship, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Last question then. Is there anything going forward that we can take away to give us some kind of positivity and some kind of optimism? Because at the moment, it's really hard to feel anything. Obviously, there's a lot of anger, a lot of negativity about the refereeing, but obviously relegation now looks almost inevitable. Is there anything we can cling to that we can give us something to look forward to?
I think the one thing we can cling to is the fact we've a good youth system. And next year that is going to be so important. George Earthy, Callum Marshall, Ollie Scarles, Ezra Mayers, Caelan Casey, they're going to become important. And we're going to see our own youngsters coming through simply for the fact this club have got no money to buy players. So if you want one positive, it'll be the youth team, because we have got a good youth system. The other one is, I don't think Nuno will stay. I don't think he wants to stay. And we've now got to look and find a good, progressive manager who is used to bringing in youngsters and managing youngsters into the team. We won't go up next year, although it drops down to the last 8. So if we come 8th, we could still go up. But I think what the big positive is, let's keep developing youth. Is that Preston Fearon, is it, the winger?
I think he's an attacking midfielder. He's a number 10 whenever I've seen him.
But again, another good youngster. We've got to start relying on them, bringing them through. Maybe there'll be a little bit more loyalty, a little bit more passion. And that's the only saving grace, because none of these out there, they won't be here. None of the big players will be here next year.
I don't want to add any negativity on that, because I watch a lot of 21s football. I think they're a great group of players, and I'd love to see them progress. But at the same time, you've alluded to the PSR and FFP or whatever. These players, their sole represent a pure profit on the books. So, and secondly, on the subject of appointing a progressive, forward-thinking manager, you've got to look at the guy that's going to appoint that manager, and that's a guy that tends to appoint older, out of work managers. I'm not trying to. I try to finish this on a positive so people can get it. I hope you're right. Look, if Michael Carrick doesn't get the Man United job,
Hodgson might be available for next year.
It might be a bit young for Sullivan's choices, but anyway, thank you very much, Tim.